Blade, ready to die.
I was born ready, motherfucker.
It's the feast of the blood was sent. Unleash the beast within.
They just sent you?
Yeah.
What about your whole team of pajama pals?
The Fantastic Four?
He corrected.
They're away on other world-threatening missions.
Johnny Storm would be the first to admit it if he wasn't in fact the billionth person to. Hannibal King was a hard person to talk to. Then again, so was he, so at least they had something in common, right?
What about you and your Saturday morning cartoon gang?
They told you that, huh? Blade. He hates me, you know.
Wonder why.
Johnny said under his breath.
So what's going on here?
He asked, as he took a moment to take in his surroundings. It was cold. Johnny couldn't feel it, though, but he saw the clouds his breath caused. The snow was falling steadily like a light rain shower, and the wind was dead. Down the street was a large tower, which was brilliantly lit in the dark. London was nice this time of year. There was no traffic on the street, and public transport was nowhere in sight either. London was pretty dead.
A classic case of a shit-crazy vampire attacks.
Serious? They told me it was just a disturbance.
Hey, Matchstick, relax. There's just a few. We'll take 'em out quick.
He informed as he pulled out a handgun and cocked it. Johnny watched him and sighed in defeat. His sister, Reed, and the Walking Rock sent him to deal with vampires. Smart.
Vampires are immortal.
The Fantastic Four member noted in a worried tone.
No way!
King was walking up ahead and Johnny had to jog to catch up.
Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. Now take this.
He shoved a silver 9mm gun into Johnny's chest.
That might help, along with the garlic I had earlier.
The brunette winked at him, then continued on. Johnny felt heat rise to his cheeks, but didn't think anything of it, figuring it was just his body regulating his temperature.
As I often do.
I didn't realize this was a slash fic until it described Hannibal King as the brunette. The hotshot looked down at the gun in his hand, wondering how this was gonna work. Seeing is how he's never used a gun before, never had to, really. The gun was a dark silver. Dim lights from the distant tower danced on its barrel. The grip on the handle was black and rough. He caught up to Hannibal, twirling the gun on his finger.
You know, I really don't need this thing. I can just set them on fire.
You sure? I mean, if one of those fuckheads are attacking you, you're going to want to blast their fucking face off. And I don't think you want one of them running at you on fire.
He said, not looking at Johnny, but scanning the area. Hannibal was serious about getting this done, while Johnny just seemed nonchalant about this whole situation. King had heard a ton of rumors about Johnny Storm, and the kid could be reckless, but was also able to get serious, and Hannibal just hoped that was sometime soon.
And I don't know about you, but a guy turning into a giant bat? Really? King?
Johnny stopped walking when said brunette did, and looked at him with an arched brow.
Hey man, what's up?
Watch it.
Johnny was looking at Hannibal confused, then before he could even blink he was looking up at the dark sky. With a hand on the blonde's chest, King sat up and shot one bullet, reducing the vampire to ash. Johnny tilted his head back in time to see the upside-down image of the remaining ashes fall to the ground. His head shot back up when Hannibal hissed.
Damn, you're hot.
He groaned as he yanked off his glove and nursed his scalded hand.
Damn, you're hot.
He groaned as he yanked off his glove and nursed his scalded hand.
Thank you, so are you.
Not that hot.
Don't be modest.
Hannibal rose a brow, then just grinned despite the burning sensation in his hand. He hadn't meant it the way Johnny took it, but he knew the boy knew how he actually meant it.
Not that I mind, but are you gonna move? We kinda have a mission here, and sorry about your hand.
My hand's fine. I have an extra, just in case.
As the brunette said that, he held up his right hand as proof, causing Johnny to laugh as he took the gloved hand that was offered and got to his feet.
What?
I don't know. Is Johnny on the ground? Thanks for that,
he said, thumbing over his shoulder to the small pile of ash and water.
No problem. Now, will you use that gun?
Johnny looked at him seriously and nodded. Sure, he wasn't an ace with a gun, but he was gonna try.
So, silver bullets? I thought that only worked for the big dogs.
What? Werewolves?
Hannibal laughed.
Not real, man.
He said with a head shake. Asterisk.
You sure you've never shot a gun before?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I play video games.
They're working. You got some of those fucks real good.
Told you I could burn them.
Yeah, well, extra crispy, right?
They both started laughing as they walked in the snow. Semicolon. The sheet beneath their feet coated the ground. Hannibal put his gun in his holster opposite its twin on his other hip and held his upper arm. Semicolon. It had a long cut on it. The wound was already healing, the blood from hours ago already dry on his skin and shirt.
Hey, man, I know this great club. Actually, I know a few, but this one's got some hot ladies. We could check it out sometime.
Johnny suggested. He loved going to clubs almost as much as he loved himself. Almost.
Hanging out at a club. You know, these fucks like clubs.
These is fucks.
These is fucks
Jesus fuck.
like clubs.
Johnny looked at him, shock written clearly on his face. He had no idea. As far as he was concerned, vampires all lived in graveyards in a coffin, so the idea of them in a New York club freaked him out a bit. Hannibal took the stunned silence as a no on the clubbing scene for a while.
But if you go...
So, it's a date?
Hannibal asked, with an arched brow.
It's date.
He liked how that sounded.
Me too.
And despite what most people know, Johnny didn't just take anyone out on a date. He is Johnny Storm, after all. So, 1, they had to be attractive. 2, no, that was about it, and Hannibal fit that just perfectly.
So how'd you end up with the Night Stalkers?
Well, I picked a babe. She had that thing, like all the alarms were going off. And I knew I shouldn't have, but I did.
What's the matter?
It's just that they're quoting from the movie. Well, she turned out to be she turned out to be a vampire, and unlike most vampires, her fangs were located on her vagina.
Johnny made a face, one that was usually reserved for when he witnessed Alicia and Ben kissing. The thought of what King said threw him off.
Just picture a baboon yawning. Yeah, well, she bit me. And I played her vampire cabana boy for a while till Abby found me, cured me, and now I hunt them. And that's basically turning a frown upside down.
He said, as his eyes narrowed as if he realized what he said made no sense.
That's disgusting.
Johnny said with narrowed eyes and small head shake. There was a list of other things he wanted to say, but opted not to. King nodded, mouthing a...
You just have to say it.
Yeah.
Then put an arm around Johnny's shoulders and laughed.
So, what's the name of this club?
Welcome, everybody.
Okay, sure.
How do you do, Hannibal Heads? You're listening to 0 to 0, a podcast currently about Blade, Trinity, and also Fantastic next week. I am your Jewish vampire, Sam.
Hi, I'm Giga, and I am sassy, irreverent, and homophobic.
And I'm Valflight Cub, or that's what my name was before I took on my new persona, Quadruple H. I play a really, really huge guy who's a
the extra H stands for Hannibal King.
Love Triple H in this one.
I could not. I mean, yeah. One of my notes is literally, wait, one of the bad guys is Triple H?
Yeah, it's the big one.
Just like in wrestling.
It's the one that looks like Triple H. Well, they don't, yeah. Anyway.
We watched the first act of Blade Trinity. What did we all think of it?
Bad.
I don't like the opening gambit that they have for this one.
I don't like that Blade and Whistler seem like just different characters in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big problem for me. And also, I hate to get fixated on one performance, but Parker Posey in this movie is terrible.
Parker Posey is terrible. I don't know what the fuck they were doing that they got this bad of a performance out of her. But she's awful.
I thought it was a choice.
a choice to be bad in the movie.
Mhm.
Well, I guess
4,000-year-old cuneiform tablets. He would have been quite comfortable here, in the cradle of civilization.
It's cuneiform.
It's cuneiform.
It's cuneiform.
Thank you, Danica.
Yeah.
Okay, well, should I summarize and then we can
Yeah, let's
talk
go.
about it? And also not address the fan fiction that we read?
No.
I
Well,
think
you
it
just
speaks
did,
for itself.
So.
Okay, so this is Blade Trinity from 2004, written and directed by David S. Goyer. We begin with an opening narration. Some cracker is talking about Dracula.
Yep.
Lauren laughed at that. Thank you.
My notes say cracker voiceover. Yeah.
Some vampire helicopters land in the Syrian desert and go into a big tomb, and they dig up a big skeleton armored vampire. Uh-oh, he's scary. There's a talk show where we meet Dr. Edgar Vance, played by John Michael Higgins, and he's a forensic psychiatrist slash alternative medicine weirdo. And
I just put him in my notes as Wayne Jarvis.
Yeah. Chief of Police Martin Vreed. And the talk show host's name is Bentley Tittle, which isn't important, but it's very important.
Yes.
They talk about how vampires are so not real, you guys. Why does anyone think there's vampires? And that Blade guy, he is out of his mind, am I right? Mm-hmm. Why would anyone believe in vampires? We go to Blade having an extremely...
Okay. We definitely are watching different versions of the movie.
Oh, no!
Because if that happened before Blade kills the guy...
What are you watching?
I don't know.
Did you watch the director's cut?
No, I'm watching Blade Trinity. I don't...
Well, we'll address this after.
Oh my gosh.
We'll figure this out shortly. They talk about how vampires definitely don't exist and you'd have to be a fool to think they do. We go to Blade having an extremely public showdown on a busy road, obliterating vampire after vampire, and nobody sees it, I guess. But then, the last guy that he kills turns out to be a familiar wearing fake fangs. Blade's been tricked. He just murdered a human being in public and everyone saw it. And Danica from earlier, the vampire lady, is filming it with a video camera that she edits the footage from on her Apple iMac. Blade drives to their new hideout, which is some building on the harbor, I guess. Whistler says, "What the heck, man? You're getting too reckless." Blade says, "I'm stupid." And Whistler says, "I'm sad." And that's cool. We meet FBI agents Ray and Wilson. Ray is played by Dexter's dad from Dexter. Wilson is played by some actor from something. Danica goes and checks out the guy that they brought back from Syria. All he's been doing is eating people ever since they brought him back. He's a hungry boy. And she goes in and checks on him, and he's a scary monster, but then he steps into the light, and he's the guy from Prison Break. And she says to him, "You need to help us, but I won't say who you are yet." And he says, okay. Whistler buys a newspaper and is tailed by the FBI. They follow him back to their hideout, and we'll get more on that in a moment. There's some skater punk teenage vampires, I guess. Mm-hmm. Continuing to confuse me about how people don't think vampires are real.
So baby.
As they loudly, publicly talk about how they are going to feed on somebody at this train station.
I'm
and that
annoyed and I
person's
want to
baby.
eat somebody.
Who will they feed on? Fatty? This biatch? What about the woman with the baby?
Okay, you're
combo
definitely
meal.
watching the director's cut.
Oh.
How are
you
Sam
have a
and I
lot.
both watching the director's cut?
You have a lot more footage than I do.
Oh my god.
Well. Oh well, that
Welcome
explains...
to 00, the podcast about Blade Trinity director's cut.
And Blade Trinity.
Blade
They
Trinity.
follow this lady with the baby, and they wait until she's alone, and 2000s dance remix of Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious plays, as she reveals that she's actually Jessica Biel. And she fights them, and she has a laser bow and arrow thing, I guess, and she kills them all. Hooray! We go back to Whistler and Blade at the headquarters, and the FBI arrives.
Which one? Sorry, which one? You're confusing me. Which one?
Well. And the FBI storms the building, and they yell, "Shoot to kill! Whistler specifically!" And they shoot to kill Whistler, and they do. But he first pushes a button that blows up the entire building, and Blade goes, "Ah!" And then he surrenders. He's brought to an interrogation room by Ray and Wilson from earlier. They tell him that Whistler is dead. They bring in the psychiatrist, Dr. Vance, to do a little evaluation on him. Do you really think that vampires are real, or do you just want to fuck your mom? And Blade says, "Ugh." So Vance tells the FBI guys that Blade is psychotic.
Stop.
It got pretty close in the first movie.
She wanted to fuck me. I didn't want to fuck her.
The police chief sends the FBI away, and they're like, "Damn it, we wanted this guy. You haven't seen The Last of Us unless you have. I don't know." And as soon as they're gone, Vance goes back in and reveals that he is actually a familiar. And he injects Blade with some sedatives. He shakes hands with the police chief, who also has a familiar brand. And they say, "Haha, you are going to be owned." The vampires arrive. Danica, Triple H, and 2 others who are unnamed because they're about to die very soon. Mm-hmm. Danica taunts Blade about how he's weak because he hasn't had his serum in a while. But then Ryan Reynolds crashes through the window wearing a name tag saying, "Hello, my name is Fuck You." He gives Blade a serum inhaler that I forgot to mention earlier, and Blade gets strong. Danica escapes, the 2 unnamed ones get incinerated, and Triple H also escapes. Blade puts his sunglasses and body armor back on and looks worse than in the last 2 movies. Jessica Biel is also here. We learn that Ryan Reynolds is Hannibal King, and Jessica Biel is Abigail Whistler.
What? Whistler had sex? That's fucked
Gross.
up.
The FBI agents and the vampires are shooting at each other, and they manage to escape in the chaos. They leave in a big truck, driven by a guy named Dex. We also see Jessica Biel use some of her gadget arrows. We go back to their headquarters, which what's-his-face, Hannibal, refers to as the Honeycomb Hideout. I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke,
That's
a
a
quirky
reference.
line.
It's got to be
Is
a
that-
reference.
As a
Maybe
reference
that's-
to Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, that, yep. And he says that thing got a Hemi, but it doesn't, unfortunately, because these are unprofessionals. We learn...
Wow, him and Johnny are a great match.
Yeah, they have
this is why we did that.
this is why we did this.
fanfic
Blade
writer
learns
is
that
genius.
Abigail was not one of Whistler's family who died, and that's why she's alive. She was actually born later. She tracked her dad down, and he taught her how to be a vampire hunter and never mentioned her until
Yeah, he porks a woman out of wedlock and just...
or at all. There's also Patton Oswalt, who is named Hedges in this. He's wearing a Fantastic Four shirt because this is why we did this. We also meet the woman who made the inhaler, Summerfield, played by Natasha Lyonne, and her
With
daughter
straightened
Zoe.
hair.
With
who would
straightened
probably
hair,
have something
I
to do.
almost did not recognize her.
Yeah.
They are called the Night Stalkers, and Blade is really angry at them for no particular reason, but he says that they're amateurs and he hates them. And
I have to agree.
And Hannibal makes a gay joke and says, "I used to be a vampire myself," and he shows off his familiar brand, which I'm kind of
And
confused about.
his pubes.
And,
Yeah, I don't understand. I thought...
for FYI to Giga, that is where we stopped.
Oh, okay. So you stopped on the pubes.
We stopped
Basically.
on
You
the
saw Ryan
pubes.
Reynolds' pubes and you were like,
I have to
that's
stop
enough for
watching.
me.
I have to get out of here.
Can I also say the name of Triple H's character?
What is it?
Because when I googled Triple H in
Oh, yeah.
Trinity,
You'll
it
find
gives me
this out
his-
next time.
his
But,
character name is Jarko Grimwood.
It's Jarko Grimwood is the thing.
Jesus.
Jarko.
Hey, I'm Jarko Grimwood.
Grimwood. Yeah, so this, I googled the cast list too early, so I got the biggest spoiler in the cast list, but then I also, saw Abigail Whistler, and I was like, oh, okay, great.
To be fair, I assume you're talking about who the vampires got from the tomb. Mm-hmm. I think that they basically tell you that that's what the movie is about in the cracker narration at the start.
I didn't think so.
Well,
Then we cannot
Here's the
say
thing.
it. We cannot
when you
say that
get-
the guy is Dracula.
there's no need to spoil that that's Dracula.
Okay, great. We won't talk about the fact that that's Dracula.
No.
Did you two, when you were watching the scene at the beginning where the two people are like, vampires definitely don't exist, were you like, ugh?
Okay, well, I
guys
didn't
are in
watch that
cahoots.
scene. It's the thing about me. So that scene didn't exist in my version of the movie.
What movie did we watch? And what movie did you
So,
watch?
We
what
must have
happened
watched
to
the
me-
director's cut.
That happened to me is I was so like the vampires go out to their big ziggurat and one of them flips off the sun.
Oh, I forgot
Yes.
to mention that. That's
I
cool.
did see that, yeah.
Epic.
But then afterwards it cuts directly from that to Blade blowing up the vampire hideout.
I wonder if they cut the talk show.
But the talk show is
because-
still in there. It's just
Oh, it
later.
is still in there.
They're just
Oh.
talking about how Wayne Jarvis thinks that Blade is cool and that the police chief thinks that he's a dangerous criminal.
Wayne Jarvis
Really?
is the lawyer from Arrested Development, in case anyone isn't sure what you're talking
Yes.
about. Played by the same guy.
Wayne Jarvis thinks that Blade is cool?
Yeah, he's like, Blade's just, he's misunderstood.
Oh,
And the police chief is like, I think he should be exploded in the
Yeah,
explosion
but they
chamber.
agree that there's no such thing as vampires, which was a huge tell that they're in on it, because how could anyone not believe in vampires in this world?
Also, speaking of not believing in vampires, for me, it was just them saying, baby time, let's eat the baby. And not the deliberation.
You didn't get the line about this apple-headed biatch?
I did not hear anything about
Shrunken-
apple-headed biatches.
Shrunken apple-headed. Like when you carve a face into an apple and then you put it in the microwave.
Mm-hmm.
And it shrinks. Do you remember when we talked about that before?
I do remember.
That was foreshadowing for this. So, okay, I continue to just be a fucking brick when it comes to watching movies. I am as
Well,
dumb
I don't
as
know. Like,
a
I'm
rock.
the one who's in the wrong here.
I didn't think it was obvious that these people were in on vampires. I was like, this sucks. How come people don't know about vampires? They shouldn't have done that.
Well, I will say the fact that we know from the first movie that the vampire
They own the
infiltration
police.
goes all the way to the top. When they said police chief, I was like, well, this guy's a familiar.
Or it's
Yeah.
just like, and like he says this himself in the movie. Like, he's like, I've killed more than 1,000 familiars. And I'm like, yeah, dude, he's killed so many humans. Why is he getting in trouble for this now?
Oh yeah.
See,
fair,
that's
yeah.
something that I found very frustrating about this, because I think that the first movie was very cool with the stuff about, like, the vampire stuff is, like, sort of always in the periphery of your vision. It's like in plain sight, but they know how to hide it just enough.
Yes.
And the fact that you don't want to see it means that you will ignore it if you ever catch a
But
glimpse of it.
now they're talking
Right.
about vampires on the news, which I feel
Yes,
like...
and Blade is, like, incinerating vampires on the hood of his car on the fucking street.
Like, it's
I really-
just the masquerade isn't in place here. It's just
No.
like people don't believe in vampires.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
it's
like
stupid not to.
I
It's
didn't like this.
ridiculous not to.
I didn't like this part at all. Yeah, I don't think that it's interesting to be like, look how different from reality this is. Like, look how weird Blade looks if you think about it in the lens of a person who doesn't think vampires exist. It's like,
He just looks like a serial killer.
Blade is cool and right. Shut the fuck up. Like,
Right, and, like, what am I supposed to... Am I supposed to think that, like, something changed between movies, that Blade is like, now I'm really stupid and don't care if everyone knows that I'm doing this?
Yeah, now I'm dumb as fuck.
Like, the
Yeah.
whole thing was that he operates in the shadows. That's why they're able to do what they do, because they know how to be secretive about it. It's like a shadow war, and that's cool.
yes.
But no, now he's publicly executing people in front of a fucking bus station.
And also, I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me that I should be like, oh, Blade got sloppy killing that familiar because the familiar was wearing fake vampire fangs. There is no way in hell that the way that Blade determines if someone is a vampire is checking for fangs.
It's Parker Posey's trick, unfortunately.
It's so stupid. In the fucking chaos, as they're, like, driving 100 miles an hour on the freeway, Blade is like, okay, but does he have fangs? Because if he doesn't, then I'm just gonna have to subdue him non-violently.
Right. I'm gonna spray
Speaking
him
of-
with a stinky smell, and when he makes the ew face, I'm gonna see if he has any fangs sticking out.
Speaking of violence versus non-violence,
Uh-huh.
it really killed me that when the SWAT team attack Blade's headquarters, not only are they, like, they open fire on Whistler and, like, shoot his entire leg off, practically, but Blade is, like, hitting them with, like, the blunt side of his weapon or whatever and just trying to, like, knock them out or whatever. Meanwhile, Whistler is just, like, trying to blow the SWAT team's head off with his shotgun.
Yes.
That was really weird.
And making
Considering
his
Whistler was the
explode
one who was like,
one by one.
Whistler was the one who's like, Blade, you cannot afford to have a reputation. We don't need people knowing that we're doing this.
Mhm.
I am going to shoot the head off of every FBI agent I see.
Yeah. He's like, I'm dying in this scene. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm going down with the ship.
yeah.
Yeah, I really hated the whole like bringing real life into it kind of thing. I liked that the other movies. I liked the way that the other movies interacted with society, and I didn't like it in this.
It's a sugar-coated topping. I think also
Exactly.
you can tell that Wesley Snipes is not feeling this one.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell also from the everything about it, you know, like he didn't talk to anybody on set, according to some.
Except to call Ryan Reynolds a cracker.
Yeah, basically, he just called Ryan Reynolds a cracker over and over again. Didn't talk to Goyer, didn't talk to anybody on set, despite the fact that he was a major producer.
He didn't talk to the director?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
The moment for me where I was like, he is not having a good time was after Whistler explodes. That, like...
That was...
I was like, come on, man. Dig deep.
Oh, we might have different endings to this movie.
He does a big scream. He does one big scream to let it out, and then he's like, fine, basically. I wrote king of emotional regulation because he's just like, I'm upset. I'm just going to yell about it once, and then I'm going to sit on the ground. But yeah, he really doesn't look pained. He looks like he knows he's supposed to yell.
Yeah. I want to talk about the tomb in the Syrian desert.
Okay.
Because they break into this tomb, they like burst the floor open and climb down a rickety old, like 500-year-old wooden ladder that I probably wouldn't have trusted.
Yep.
But they crack a bunch of glow sticks and throw them all over the place, which makes sense. And once they're like out of the sunlight, they like take off their masks and such. Sure. There's a vampire who looks like Zachary Quinto Spock, which was bad. And he, like, detects a body under the floor.
Yeah.
And then a hand bursts out of the ground and it rips off his head. And then Triple H drops his lantern. And the rest of the scene is, like, strobing.
Yeah, I hated this.
This is Danica's lantern. I don't know why I had to correct you on that, but...
No.
It is Danica's lantern.
We got different versions of the movie.
No, it's Danica's lantern.
Well, we got different versions of the movie.
That's the name of my band, Danica's Lantern.
Danica's lantern. Hey, you
We're
gonna see
Midwest
Danica's
emo.
lantern down at the Slorp?
Danica's lantern is so cool, they have 50 loop pedals.
The slorp. Yes.
But this fucking
then the
strobe
whole-
effect
yeah.
was killing me because it's like, you made a point of them putting all of these other light sources down. Why would one lantern... I have to assume that what happened here is that they lost confidence in the skeleton CGI, and they were like, shit, can we just strobe this and hope nobody gets a good look at it?
They like seem to really be hoping you don't really see any of the fight scenes so far. Like in the when the FBI are fighting too, it's just like you see like a guy getting hit and then an FBI agent being like, "Rah!" and like falling, and like it's just like a bunch of chaos. You don't get to see any cool like fight choreo.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I wasn't really feeling the action in this, but it's also possible that I was just already in a bad mood from... I mean, I have a real problem with the villains of this movie. I get that he's the vampire lord, and that's cool. I'm fine with that. I don't care that it's Dracula. It's silly, whatever. I know he's in the comics. I don't care. Who are these vampires?
Yeah, like what the fuck are they doing?
Where
Like,
did
in the
where
first
did they get all
movie,
the
it was-
information about where it would have been?
In the first movie, it was like, okay, it's Blade versus Vampire Society. There's the Council of Weirdos. There's Dragon Eddie on his Dragon Jetty.
Yeah, well, not for long.
There's the
In the
renegade
sequel-
Deacon Frost.
In the sequel, it was Damaskinos, the Lord Vampire, and then the Reapers. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm good with that. This is just like, and then some vampires who have an office.
Some random fuckers. Yeah.
Am I supposed is Danica like the new vampire queen? Like, who is this? Why is it just like these are any vampires who happened to find out where Dracul was buried, and they were like,
I mean,
this
she
will
has
be our big moment.
she has pull with the like chief of police.
They all have pull with the chief of police, though.
Yeah, you would
I'm
think that
told.
the leader of the vampire like somebody as big as the baddies from the last two movies would have like had pull at the FBI or something.
Yeah, I mean, at least with Scud, it was like, I'm Damaskinos' familiar the whole time, and you're like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, then.
Yeah. The scale of this is all off.
Hey,
Hey!
I looked up who the fuck Danica is.
Okay.
Not in a spoilers way, just in a, what am I supposed to understand this character as?
Uh-huh.
Apparently, there is a power vacuum left by House Damaskinos, and it was filled by House Talos, with her, Danica Talos, as the leader of the house. I don't know if that will ever be explained, but we are supposed to understand that she is like the new vampire queen, basically.
Oh boy.
She's very
I
temperamental.
did not get that vibe from her.
No, I didn't either.
She feels
I was
like
expecting. She seemed like the right hand lady. Like there should be
Yeah.
a leader that she's supporting, but nope.
And it could be another woman.
I didn't
Just-
fucking say it couldn't. What the hell is your problem?
Yeah,
with
why
me?
are you
I'm
misogynist?
not disagreeing.
What the fuck is wrong with
I'm
you,
just
Belle?
saying. I'm protecting
Oh,
us
the,
from being
the doctor
canceled.
was a woman.
I wasn't implying that you didn't think that it could be a woman.
You need a right-hand woman. Only a man can
More
have a
female
right-hand.
Draculas.
Oh
Wait,
my
a
god.
tie-in Java mobile game was released.
Oh, great. Okay.
Percent of vampires should be women.
Then there's the talk show, or maybe it's not then, but I think we already talked about that.
The guy calls Blade a very troubled individual. And
we do get a
the cop
name
calls him a
for the
sociopath.
vampire blood disease, which is porphyria. I don't know if that's from the comics or if they made that up for this, but porphyria is the vampire disease. But he denies that it's actual vampirism. Also, the host's name is Bentley Tittle.
It is Bentley Tittle for the Tittle Hour. What I don't like I don't like that they introduced the vampirism genetic disease or whatever it is, because these vampires are supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So are there real vampires that turn into ash that have been bitten by other vampires and also a blood disease that makes you not like garlic and be
I
sensitive
think
to
it's
sunlight?
the same
'Cause, like,
thing. I think the blood disease makes you incinerate in the sun.
Yeah, I think so.
how? There
I
are
don't
real
know.
people who are allergic to
But
sunlight.
this is established in Blade, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, that
like
was the
it.
thing with the fucking Reapers. They're like examining the Reapers, and they're like, "Oh, this is why they work this way." And it's like, okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't have anything else to say about the Tiddling Hour.
Yeah, I wish I was
Yeah, I
on the
didn't-
tiddling hour. I could use some
Yeah.
tiddling right now.
Blade
You
does
are
a
on the
fight.
Tiddling Hour.
Everyone explodes. He activates boost on his car and so on.
I'm watching a walkthrough
Yes.
of this Java mobile game.
Okay.
Wow, you don't want to have your own experience
I don't know if I
when
could
we
play
play
it.
it.
I don't know if I could play it.
Oh, come on, believe in
I like the way
yourself.
the Blade walks around.
I
Also,
thought this
he's got a very funny head
Ryan
in the
Reynolds.
movie or in the Java.
in the
Game.
in the game.
Okay.
His like hair doesn't fit on the head of his sprite for some reason.
Well,
Yeah.
hair tends to grow out of it.
That is not what I thought the game was going to look like.
And,
Why is it like that? Okay. I need to stop looking at this. Oh, he's killing women.
Yay!
What?
What?
Blade fights.
So I thought this fight was partially characterizing. I mean, the thing about the movie, the way I watched it at least, or the one that was presented to me, is it starts off with them being like, think about what Blade is doing in the context of what normal people do. Normal people don't kill people. And then it cuts to Blade being fucking badass. And it's like, this would have been really cool if we didn't have the thing hanging over our heads of like, he really shouldn't be doing this much violence. Like,
but it's like he should be doing this in the alleyways. You kill a vampire in an alleyway, they turn into a pile of dust. There's no evidence left behind.
Yeah, and like there's a characterizing part in this fight where like he's in an alley or something, and like these 3 vampires come at him, and he has like his gun up, and they like freak out, and like one of them starts running at him and screaming, and he like switches to a knife so he can kill them individually.
He like there's like a vampire. Oh, it's we think it's a vampire. It turns out to be the familiar, but his car gets like wrapped around a lamppost. And everyone's like, oh my god, man, are you okay? Are you okay? And Blade walks up and just starts shooting at him with a stake gun.
Yeah.
I'm like, Blade, what are you doing, Blade?
One last thing about this scene is that Whistler comes to pick him up by driving a container truck. What are those called? No.
It's a semi.
Yeah, semi with the big box thing in the back. And like he's like, "Oh, I'm on the freeway pulling up over you can jump off the bridge right now." As if Blade is like the poop from Dave Matthews Band's tour bus, and Whistler is that unsuspecting boat of tourists. And, he jumps on the truck, and I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, that's so smart. And then he runs to the back of the truck and gets in because there's a fucking Mustang inside the truck. I was like, damn, this keeps getting cooler. And he rides out. And then, yeah, he does have a point where he hits the nitro button and some blue flames come out of his exhaust pipes. And he's chasing after some vampires in their car, and he turns on the UV headlight floodlights. Oh, yeah. So they, like, just by, like, illuminating them, they're like, ah! And turn into skeletons and
See,
explode.
he should have known at that point, probably.
That what?
The guy was a familiar.
Oh, yeah. Well, that guy, he was hiding. He was crouched down.
Yeah, he was. Again, though, like, he's doing all these stunts on the road, and there's, like, normal people driving who are like, what the fuck?
He crushes somebody under his car, and it splatters up onto a public bus. And the, like, bus has to turn its windshield wipers on.
And at no point during any of this...
To get the viscera off.
Even as Blade is charging at the guy who turns out to be a familiar and shooting a stake gun at him, the people who are screaming and running away, nobody is like, it's Blade!
Right! Even though all the vampires know he's Blade from the first movie, and also apparently everybody in this society. How do people know that Blade exists and not know that vampires exist?
It doesn't make any sense. Well, they think he's just, like, the worst, like, most violent, open serial killer in history. He's just rampaging through the streets night after night, and just nothing happens to him.
He's killed 1,200 people for no reason except that he likes it, and they know it's him doing it every time. I mean, that's the whole thing about Blade, is that, like, he was so sneaky that vampires are afraid of him because he's sneakier than they are.
Right, that's what he said in the first movie. He's like, the reason that this works is because we stay in the shadows. Yeah. We're fighting the war that you have no idea even exists.
Right, but then actually everyone does know about it, but they only know about one side of it.
And yeah, Whistler calls him out on this. He's like, dude, you're getting reckless. And Blade's like, cool knife, though. And Whistler's like, sick knife, bro.
This sucked. I mean, like, I feel like the first movie, it was Whistler and Blade have this, like, deep connection that you see in the, like, manly hand-holding during the serum injection that really hurts. And then, you know, there's, like, this silent love, right? And then, like, the second movie, it's like, you search for 2 years to find this man. Like, of course, they mean things to each other. And, like, there was a whole weird thing of, like, oh, no, is Whistler a vampire still?
No!
But, like, there was still that thing of, like, Karen said you should say that you love him, and you're not doing it. And then this movie, Blade is just, like, grumpily stomping around the hideout, and Whistler's like, God damn it, Blade, I love you too much for you to do this! Like,
And Blade's like, fuck you, old man. You don't have friends.
You don't have friends? What the fuck friends? And to be fair, I was also like, what the fuck? He doesn't have friends.
Where is Whistler? When is Whistler getting friends? He's going out when Blade is doing his, like, night stuff?
I guess so.
Hey, when does Blade sleep? Sorry.
No. He doesn't.
Does he?
It's just serum.
None.
It's just serum all the time? Okay.
Yeah.
So I noticed. So the FBI also, when he is like caught in flagrante delicto by the by the cops, it's an ICE helicopter that fucking like gets him. Anyway.
Oh
Amazing.
no. Are you? I think I know what you're talking about. I think we saw the last 3 letters of the word police.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that too,
ICE?
and I was like, "What does ICE do?" Oh,
Because this movie came out, I think, like, the year after ICE was created.
Yeah.
I also just love
and the year before Fantastic Four was created. Makes you think.
But more importantly, so we discussed that vampires use IMAX to edit their movies.
I love that this is, like, from the era before, like, when you could just do stuff in public and, like, you wouldn't assume that literally everyone has a recording of you now because, like, people weren't carrying cameras in their pockets.
I do have to say, and this is very important to me, we go to the FBI and they're looking over the footage, and one of them is looking at it on an Alienware laptop.
Oh my god, he was?
Just like our precious Stan Lee?
Yeah, let me
Harry
find
Morgan
it.
had an Alienware laptop?
Oh my
Yes.
God!
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Fuck that rules.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I'll
I
grab
love to hear it.
Grab a screenshot of it. Thank you,
Danica
Stanley.
and friends, they go and look at the vampire that they brought from Syria, whoever he is.
She says, I think this is kind of important. She's like, we didn't capture him. He let us take him in.
God, that's a cool laptop.
Because
he's just been chowing down for like days on end, and we see him and he's a monstrous skeleton, but then he steps into the light where the visual effects would be more in focus, so he becomes the guy from Prison Break.
Yes, and he also has like red and yellow contacts with like cat-shaped pupils or something. He's got like some weird eyeball shape.
Yeah, he's got like frog eyes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's like, you shouldn't have woken me up. And she's like, but we needed you. Your people need you. Kill Blade. And he goes, okay.
Yeah, she's
and
like, the humans have a new one on their side.
This is where the SWAT team attacks the Vampire HQ, or the Blade and Whistler HQ, I should say.
Yeah, the Honeycomb Hideout, part 1.
I wrote a joke that I don't think is funny in my notes.
Okay.
That,
Then, yeah, don't
No. Do it.
Blade Alago is raided because of a perfect vampire hunt.
You're right, that
Woof.
wasn't funny.
So...
It was worse than I expected, which...
Yeah, it wasn't, like, so funny. It wasn't, like, unfunny, either. It was just nothing. I felt nothing.
Yeah, the important thing is that you also knew that it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Please delete everything I've ever said.
No.
So we just skipped over the thing of the teen vampires yelling about how they want to eat somebody.
No. That's after this. Unless we also watch different versions of the movie.
It might have been a cinematic device known as doubling.
That was much later.
No. Assuming we watch the same movie, this is where Whistler gets like tailed by the FBI guys. He gets a newspaper and like throws a blade.
Guy he buys the newspaper from. That's the director of photography of the movie.
Oh.
What was he doing at the time? You know,
that's why he had an eye patch on, because he only needs the one eye to look through the camera.
Yeah.
It's a classic director of photography trick.
Yeah.
So yeah, he throws a newspaper at Blade and he's like, you gotta be more careful. You're public enemy number 1 now. This is going exactly how they wanted it to. I care about you like a son, and it breaks my heart to see you like this, Blade. And Blade's like, shut up, you old bitch.
I'm killing you.
I'm stupid and bad at what I do.
Yeah. Sucks.
And I have no quips.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the skaters are being twisted.
Yeah. Then the
they
skaters
say
are being
biatch.
Mm-hmm.
They say combo meal. They chase after Jessica Biel, but she's Jessica Biel, it turns out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And, yeah, she, like,
Oh, this is
Did I-
the scene before
did I-
this with Whistler and Blade was where he gives the other serum delivery method. He's like, you just bite
Did
on
I
it
mention
and- Psh.
in my summary? Did I mention the "fuck you" doll?
No.
Yeah, there's a fuck you,
not.
baby.
Yeah, they throw her baby aside, and one of them catches it, and it says "fuck you" on the stomach, and it's actually a doll, and it sprays them with garlic juice.
Yep.
I
and
want to
this is
say
where-
that Parker Posey, her character is very girl bossing it, and I wish that the performance was better. And this is not. I don't think this is Parker Posey's fault. I gotta be careful when I say her name because the other way around is a trope.
Oh, yeah. I know. When I saw her name in the credits, I was like, "Where have I heard that?" No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she has a very like kind of nervous energy in the role that.
Yeah, I like that she's kind of like this nervous, weird girl boss, but it's just not working.
She needs either like more bravado or more like real confidence.
So anyway, they play Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for some reason. Jessica Biel pulls out a bow and arrow, but there's no arrows. She just has a laser bowstring that kills the vampires on contact, and then she doesn't actually use it as a bow.
Yeah.
Nope. She also
And next
like
time we see it, it doesn't have a laser string, so I don't know what's going on there.
she pulls out like a little thing of metal and it becomes a bow, right?
It's like a green
Yeah, it's
bolt.
Like
like
it self-assembles.
Like an unfolding compound bow thing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Wild. Yeah.
Then
She
they get
slices
raided
them
by
like
the
a
FBI.
wheel of
Whistler
cheese.
gets completely shot to shit.
Mhm.
He's like trying to blow up all their computers before they escape, but he gets knocked down. He's like, well, I guess I'm going to have to blow up the whole place.
Mm-hmm.
And he does. And then they surround Blade outside and they say, don't shoot, don't shoot. We only wanted to kill Whistler.
Yeah, and he lets himself have one scream.
Ah.
Up.
And then he surrenders.
And then he sits down. That's it.
The FBI guys, this is where you kept mentioning this. This is where they interrogate him. They're like, how many people have you killed, Blade? And he says, 1,182. But they were all familiars.
Working with them. And they're like, oh, what's them? Vampires? Ooh. Is it
It's
Count
odd that
Chocula?
It's odd that he apparently keeps track of how many familiars he's killed, but not how many vampires he's killed. I would think that would be the one that he really cares about.
Well, they didn't ask him how many vampires he's killed. He probably has a separate tally.
That's true. They did say
They're not
people.
Yeah.
And his arc where he decided to accept vampires as people in the second movie has been undone.
Yeah. They're evil people.
This is where they do the funny
not
where they're
people.
like, so tell us about these so-called vampires. If they're Jewish, do the crosses still kill them? Do Indian vampires need saffron instead of garlic?
I did not get this one, I don't think.
You didn't
they're
have
just...
No, I don't think I had that.
Oh, you
Great.
just didn't get to see it. Cool.
Didn't get the vampirism, so that's why I was surprised. Or I didn't really get your intro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Vance comes in and the FBI guys leave, and Vance, he's like very condescendingly asking him all these psychiatric evaluation questions. He's like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, I couldn't remember the day of the week today. Do you know the date? Do you know who the president is?" And Blade's like, "The guy in the White House is an asshole."
Shots fired. I thought this was funny of Blade to say that. Also, just the fact that it's a guy who has talked about Blade on television he's like, my diagnosis from afar is that this guy is deeply troubled. And then
you think that maybe
in.
that's not a good position for a psychiatrist to be in when they do an evaluation?
No,
I literally
maybe there's a
wrote-
conflict of interest there, or maybe the fact that he's
He's
a
clearly
familiar
biased.
is a bit
I
of
wrote-
bias there.
I wrote in my notes, TV doctor is evaling him. What the fuck? If he doesn't secretly believe in vampires, ...
He
Oh,
sure
he
does.
sure
He knows
does.
them.
So, yeah, he's being so condescending though, and he's like, "Is there a sexual component? Do you get sexually
Yeah, like if he
aroused
doesn't
when you
secretly
drink
believe in
blood?"
vampires, this
This is just kink shaming.
Yeah, of course, the reason for all this is that, what the...
Hey, what?
what?
Was that the Discord button?
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
just so the listeners know, Giga just played a wah trombone that you're not going to hear, and that's why we were so weirded out
Unless
there.
we use the correct recording.
Which I won't.
No.
Just for the trombone? No.
So anyway.
Yeah.
The reason that he's doing this is because the FBI guys are in the other room watching with the police chief Vreed from earlier. So Vance needs to make Blade look like a maniac so that he can say, "Yep, we're gonna keep him here. You can get going," and then they do.
Police Chief Freed. I didn't even know he was locked
The
up.
police chief is also a familiar.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the two FBI guys need this charade because they don't know about this, and they're like, "Oh, we were gonna do whatever we do to him."
Yeah, so they
Dang
sedate him after the FBI guys leave, and then the vampires arrive. They're dressed as paramedics or whatever.
Yeah, because he says he needs to be sent to a psychiatric hospital immediately because he's so delusional.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
So Danica taunts him. "Oh, we flushed you out, you dummy.
You little bit.
But then, Ryan Reynolds is here as Hannibal King, and his beard looks terrible, and I don't like him.
He looks awful. I hate him.
And his name tag says, "Hello, my name is
Val.
Fuck You."
Hey, Val.
Watch it. Careful.
No, say your truth.
I didn't think he looked terrible.
Did you
Visually?
think he looked good? Careful. I'll leave the podcast if you say the wrong thing here.
Listen, let me tell you something. Have you seen that? Have you heard that TikTok audio that's like, "Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell
No,
you
I
something."
refuse to watch TikToks out of principle.
But you're saying you've got cracker fever.
I would.
You've got white squall.
Jesus Christ.
You've got Caucasian madness.
Yeah.
Well, that settles it.
He doesn't look bad, and he has earrings in this movie, and I like that on a guy.
Okay.
So,
All right, that's it. We're gonna do Blade Trinity. We're gonna do Fant Four Stick, and then I'm leaving the podcast.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've made
damn
Sam
it.
leave the podcast, Val.
what if I take it back?
Nope, too late. It's settled.
Okay, because I do mean it, so it would be disingenuous for me to take it back.
All right, yeah. Well, I'll finish these two movies and then I'm out of here.
We also, there's one quick thing that we do have to address before Ryan Reynolds breaks in, is that Parker Posey goes to visit him, and she's like, "Haha, you don't have your serum, so you're weak." And his response? Giga, do you remember what his response was in your version?
Oh, no.
I don't remember it either.
It was fully a tiger roar.
Oh. I don't think I heard a tiger roar. Let me
Yeah.
double back
She
here.
goes, "Oh, you're such
It
a
was a Wilhelm
weakling," and he
scream.
goes, but like
well,
a
her
real
voice goes like, You're
yeah.
useless.
It's
also- they
it's
have,
getting
the
really
voice
slowed
modulator.
down and weird since he's sedated.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds crashes through the window and she goes, "Hannibal King!"
I love that.
And
No time to
Hannibal-
wonder what his name is.
Hannibal shoves the serum inhaler into Blade's mouth, so we know that he's working with the people, the blah, blah, blah. She escapes.
Oh, yeah, that's a full tiger roar, yeah.
Yeah.
Triple H escapes. Hannibal escapes. Blade escapes. Jessica Biel escapes. They all escape.
They all escape.
puts his
Triple
gear
H
back
gets
on,
shot in
though.
the head.
He puts his gear back on, and we do the cool shot of him sunglasses on, body armor back on. But I'm like, it just doesn't look right. He looked cool in the first two movies. There's something about the padding on his sleeves just has
I like
a
the
weird...
padding on his sleeves.
You like it? There's
I
a
like
weird
it.
pattern to it that I just thought looked stupid.
It looks
I would
like
have to revisit it.
the
I
jerkin or whatever. Yeah, I'm jerking off.
A jerkin. A gherkin? Pickle?
No. Do you not know what a jerkin is?
I'm jerking off.
Okay. I said
Rule
that
of twos.
first.
Just said it,
Yeah.
so.
Roll of twos.
Um,
I'm jerking off.
Hey, no. Hey, it's
What
not
is-
funny after
Threes.
two. It's
What
not
is
funny
a
after
jerkin?
two.
Shit.
that's the rule of threes. The rule is the threes are not funny.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, hey, stop it.
What is it? What's a jerkin?
A jerkin's
Oh.
like a protective coat. Well, I guess it's more
Okay.
of a surcoat. Whatever.
I
Fight,
think that
fight,
I
fight,
have
fight.
to. I would have to revisit, but I would imagine that the reason Blade does not look as good in the costume this time as he did last time is that it's not as fitted and it's not as shiny. Because the fit of a garment can really change the whole look. I mean,
He also doesn't have a big cool jacket.
where's the tranche?
I wanted to have a big cool jacket on.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a little...
And
He
look
can
like a
take it-
Roblox man.
He can take it off to do fights and stuff.
But he should put it back on to do better fights and stuff.
To walk through the hallway?
Yeah.
Especially.
Also, he jumps into the ceiling at one point, and they're like, what the fuck? Abigail Whistler pulls out her bow, and Hannibal winks at her, and then she banks a garlic arrow around the corner. She has like a
UV
stake arrow that
It's a
like
UV
drills
arrow.
through a wall.
It's a UV arrow.
Oh, I
There's
thought it
a
was
few
garlic
different kinds of
arrow.
arrows.
Also, I
probably has a
would
garlic
like
arrow.
to, for the record, say I don't think Ryan Reynolds looks awful in this movie.
Thank
Oh, I
you.
do.
I think his hair doesn't look great, but I think his beard looks okay.
His beard to me is reminiscent of Tim Heidecker in On Cinema Lucky Season 7.
Yeah, but that's like good. You look good with that.
I mean, he looks like a scruffy young guy. I don't like anything else about his character. But
I love
he
Triple
doesn't
H
look
one-handing his fucking SMG like it's nothing.
bad.
It's good.
It's the most powerful weapon.
Yeah,
to
he's
date.
alright. They leave. Blade, like, leaps down from the, like, 5th story window, and he's like, had to go get my sword. And then they go to the
That is
hideout.
so funny. He
Uh,
just explodes out of...
hmm
He falls like 20 feet.
They go to the hideout, and Hannibal says, you probably want to know how I paid for this place. I'm gay.
I got fucked in the pussy by an old man.
Not.
Haha,
And Blade's
it's
like,
funny.
great.
Because I'm
I'm
a man,
not
but I said
gay.
men. Isn't that
Just
funny?
kidding.
And then he's like, we call ourselves the Night Stalkers. I'm
Hey,
Hannibal King.
hey, question,
Yeah, what's
question.
up, what's
I'm
up?
raising my hand. Hi.
Hey.
Yes, Sam.
You know how sometimes movies will get, like, a popular stand-up comedian to be, like, a comic relief character?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Do they usually talk?
No.
I don't think that's really what stand-up comedians bring to anything they're in, really.
I mean,
is
look,
talking.
I assume that Patton Oswalt will open his mouth at some point in this movie.
No, I don't think so. I
Mhm.
think he'll be silent.
It's so weird that they're like, and this is Patton Oswalt, aa Hedges, and he's just like, eh.
He just does a
He
little
doesn't
head
have a
nod.
thing where he's like, fiddle-dee-dee, I am the Riddler, like, or whatever funny people say.
Yeah.
I mean, what was our introduction to Frankie or whatever his name was, where he was like,
Who?
the ancient Romans used to drink their piss.
Who?
Who are you talking about?
Shazam?
Oh, right.
Frankie.
The friend? Is his name Frankie?
Was he a
Freddie.
stand-up comedian?
Freddie! No, but like, that's a funny way to land an entrance, is to say something.
I mean, he might not be the comic relief
Yeah, he might
character.
not be
This might
funny.
be like the most tragic character in the film. He's just
I
played
mean-
by Patton Oswalt, so I assumed he's supposed to be a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
He might just be like a little
He
guy.
might just be normal.
He might be a normal guy.
I mean, look, I'm not trying to pigeonhole Patton Oswalt as a comedian.
Yeah, come on. He's had
I mean-
a life like the rest of us, you know?
This,
I mean, Jesus, this is 2004. I think he was on King of Queens at the time.
Yeah.
oh my god.
This is when people thought that Patton Oswalt might be normal.
That's the true tragedy of the movie or the comedy of the movie, is that they put a guy who's so funny and then they don't make him funny in it. And he spends
He's
the whole
actually doing
movie
the same
being like,
thing that
when
he
is he
did
gonna
on
be
that one
funny?
episode of King of Queens where he stands perfectly still and never says anything.
Mm-hmm. That was great. He's such a talent. He's like the guy from Police Academy, where you can make all the noises. Michael Winslow.
It's like-
the opposite.
It's like that, but he's
doesn't
doing an
do
impression of
anything.
silence.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
But it's about what he could do. He has
It's
all the potential.
It's all the jokes he doesn't make. Yeah, it's like jazz.
That's right.
Exactly.
Anyway, he's wearing a Fantastic Four shirt as a little shout out to the podcast. Sorry?
Sorry, let me do that again.
You keep cutting out as soon as you
Are you
start
doing
doing
a short noise or are you cutting out?
I'm doing.
it. We're only hearing.
You'll hear it in the edit.
Okay.
Wonderful.
But Blade gets really aggro. He's like, you're a bunch of amateurs. Look at the way you're dressed, unlike me who dresses really normal. He's like, you think that's tactical?
Uh-huh.
You think that's tactical? Check this out.
Where's
he
your
pulls out his
tack light?
fucking. He pulls his fucking Nerf blaster, and he's like, check this shit out. I got the rail on it. I got this fucking scope. I got these extra mags.
I'm Nick Bickle. These days, everyone has a tactical pair of sunglasses.
Yeah.
These days, everyone has a tactical steak launcher. These days, everyone has a tactical garlic spray.
It's so... They already did the Blade is introduced to a group of people he has contempt for thing in the second movie.
But these guys are just people.
I
These are
really
just
take issue
people.
with this, though, because Blade, all he's done this movie is fuck up, and they saved him, and we've
Yep.
seen them just go to town on vampires.
Yeah. And
So
he's
why
like, you
why
fucking
is
nerds.
Blade like,
You got
losers?
yeah. How are you supposed to fucking fight vampires when you got choked out by Triple H,
Right.
a famously weak man?
He also specifically calls out Hannibal for the fuck you name tag, and I'm like, man, that's the kind of shit you would have said in the first movie.
Yeah,
and we would have
absolutely.
liked it.
Stop fucking pretending
Yeah.
you're not goofy as shit.
He's like,
Can you
don't
take
have
this
fun
seriously,
while you're killing
please?
vampires. So bad. And then Ryan Reynolds' character is like, Blade is being aggro, and he's being like sassy back.
Maybe
And-
he would like to see my pubes.
Hmm
To
I-
defuse.
I certainly would.
Mm-hmm.
To defuse the tension.
Yeah.
Check out my pubes.
Look at my pubes. I shaved them 2 days ago.
He shows off his familiar brand and says that he used to be a vampire. And again, I'm still trying to figure that one out.
You fully see his pubes.
I mean, I guess you're like, you used to be a familiar. You like, the point of being a familiar, as far as familiars are aware, is that they eventually get to become vampires. So I guess that's like the pipeline.
That's what they want, at least, I guess.
That's what they want. Yeah. That's the promise.
This is, in my opinion, and I know that this is a comics character, I just feel like we've had too many former vampires. We've had one
Yeah.
per movie, and I don't like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I also just really don't care for the energy of him lobbing back these like I can't watch my back because it's behind me. Like these quips, they're just making Blade seem mean, and they're like, it's tiring.
Mhm.
Like, I don't mind Blade being mean, I just don't get why he's being mean to the people who saved him because he doesn't like their clothes.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, you call that tactical? I don't know, bitch, they broke into the fucking police station and busted you out, and they all got out okay and killed a bunch of vampires in the process. What the hell is your problem?
Whistler's daughter inherited his ability to make nearly magical devices.
So stupid. That's where we stopped watching for this part.
Yep.
Well, that's what
I don't know
you
what
guys
else
stopped
Giga
watching.
saw, but
Yeah.
that's where we stopped watching.
Yeah.
We'll talk about other stuff that you saw next time. Well, next time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Next time we talk about Fant Four Stick.
Vant Force.
oh boy.
I've been
Chris
preparing by
Evans.
reading a bunch of original run Fantastic Four comics, so I think I can predict everything that's going to
Yeah, I've
happen.
been really enjoying watching you go through that.
Yeah, I didn't realize how ridiculous Doctor Doom was. Do you want to know what Doctor Doom's first evil plan is?
I know already, but please.
I did
please,
post
please.
about it. Well, he makes them time travel back in time to
Okay.
retrieve the lost treasure of Blackbeard, because he
Okay.
believes that Blackbeard's treasure contains immortality gems from Merlin.
Okay.
But the trick is that when they go back in time, they give him a disguise,
Mhm.
which is a black beard and a pirate hat, and he turns out to be Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Oh,
thing
come
is actually
on.
Blackbeard.
So
the last
rocks
time
are
I saw
what,
Doctor
like his
Doom, he was
sneezes?
hurtling into space, gripping a meteorite and shaking his fist at them.
Mhm.
So I don't know how he's coming back from that one.
God.
God, it reminds me of the in that 60s cartoon we watched last week. A little bit of
Mhm.
when Doctor Doom is just like taking a glamour photo shoot of Sue Storm, and the camera actually spits sticky glue all over her.
Yeah. Yes. What's the plan? That's it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's part one of Blade Trinity. Not good.
No, not good. Not looking forward to more of it.
It's not the worst thing we've watched, but
No, I mean it's
not
better
good.
than Rise of Silver Surfer.
Yeah. I wish that there was more of the Blade that we loved.
Me too.
Oh well.
There'll always be Blade 1.
Or at least a slutty little Scud character.
Yeah.
You know, for us to hang
Scud.
our hat on. Or
He's
whatever.
like, Ryan Reynolds is no scud.
He's no scud.
He's no scud. I've always said that
Mm-hmm.
about Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He may be a cracker, but he's no
the
scud.
insult of he's not scud.
And that's a real shame. Should we wrap it up?
I suppose.
Yeah.
We're on Twitter at 0to0_pod, but I don't have the login anymore. We're on co-host at 0to0. I'm on
You
co-host
do.
at
You
positive.
can reset the
stress.
password.
Get it.
I
very
don't want
easily.
to. Twitter's really stupid now, and I don't care. If one of you wants to do it, then do it. Listen to my other podcast, Dr. Huh, where we just watched the 50th anniversary special, Day of the Doctor, and it was really, really good. Next week, we'll be watching Name of the Doctor, the one that comes directly before that for some stupid fucking reason.
That's incredible.
On Sounds About Light, we are just about to start wrapping up Kingdom Hearts 2, and then we'll go to Birth by Sleep and have fun, hopefully.
Ooh.
That world.
Ooh. What's that?
The world. It never was.
I'm so fucking excited to get in the world that never was.
It's so good.
Anyway, that's me.
Hi, me Giga. Me on Twitter at Gigalithic. Me on most things at Gigalithic. If there's a Gigalithic on the platform, that's almost certainly me. You can find me there, or you can find me in your toilet.
Oh. Should I
Don't
flush
flush.
you?
Don't flush.
Don't flush,
okay.
You don't want to meet Nemo from
If
Finding Nemo.
it's Giga, let it mellow. When they drown, flush them down.
Oh.
Can you give me a little ladder?
Oh, you want to get out of the toilet?
Oh, I don't like being in here.
Oh, I don't think that was clear from what you said.
No, I'm not a pervert. Well, not in that way.
I'm Val Flight Cub. You can find me on Tumblr at Flight Cub or Twitter at Flight Cub. Buh. The second B stands for Blade Movie. That's not as good as the other ones.
It's true.
I was joking about it earlier, but I am going to retire from the podcast at the end of this season.
Is it because of me?
It was nothing either of you did. It's the listeners.
So, if you, our beautiful listener, wants to be the new Sam, let us know.
Do I get to
Send
pick
in
my
your-
successor?
Oh no,
Send in your box tops to our P.O. box. And Sam will
you
be-
don't get to pick. You don't have to work with this person. So
Yeah, true. That's true.
We're holding a special election. No, I don't know what you're going to do. Figure it out.
We'll figure it
I look
out.
forward to listening.
maybe we'll get a special episode out before then. Probably not. Val.
Butch.
Butch.
Fine. I will do it. I'll work on it more. It's a lot of work.
Butch is way too specific. I'm sorry, everybody, except for Andy.
Also, sorry to Andy for laughing when you said Butch.
It was funny.
No,
But
it was
actually,
funny.
I did get to that part, and Andy also laughs because it is funny.
It is funny.
It's funny to say Butch.
And so until next time, Butch.
Butch. People who listen to that episode, aren't gonna know.
It's not even going to be in the episode.
It's not gonna be in it.
Wait, it's not going to be in it? You're not going
I'm
to put Butch
taking
in
out
it?
all the. I'm taking out all the parts where Andy says Butch because
Well,
it's not correct.
you should put them in at the end.
Supercut.
Yeah, Butch
That's
super
gonna
good.
be-
Butch, 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 Butch.